Alright, hello, this is Damon coming for another recording session for the EU4 campaign. When I am recording this, it'll actually be the second time I've recorded in one day. I suffered a bit of an issue. Whenever I was recording the other session, um, unluckily my game for OBS decided to glitch out. It wouldn't allow me to stop recording. I'm actually popping it up right now, so when you see this, it's probably you won't see me with the mouse cursor. I hit stop recording, and for whatever reason, it gave me a glitch where it was stuck in stop recording. I closed OBS in hopes that maybe that would end the glitch, and I can go to the file to see how much was actually recorded. I found out that it actually didn't record correctly, so I'm missing an episode. So it wasn't for an extended period of time. We got kind of lucky. One of my friends he invited me to a chat, and I thought maybe we wanted to play something, but we ended up just BSing for a while. While he was getting an update for pub. Found out that the game didn't record correctly. At the time I was posting an episode for EU4's England campaign. I think it's the second to last episode, so episode 44, I want to say. Yeah, episode 44. So I don't think there was too much of a time lapse in between that episode and this episode. At least wise for territory, things going on. Nothing big changes. The only thing that you might see a difference in is the Ottomans have been pushed out of pretty much all the Russian territory here. Armenia's getting a little strong. Timurids are pretty big. If we look at the ledger, I did notice whenever I ended the thing, or the recording session, because it was only about maybe like 30-40 minutes long, but some of it was just me BSing somewhat, so there wasn't too much Poland-wise that changed. As you see, Ming is pretty much out of manpower. It's dealing with its own problems. Mamluks have gotten pretty powerful. HRE's been dealing with some issues. France has gotten a little bit larger. Genoa has been finally pushed out of the territory here in France or Italy. Savoy took it over at the same time. Naples has become a bit of a problem as Tuscany grows or attempts to grow a little bit stronger. So I'm not too sure what was going on in this war. All I can tell you is Bavaria got involved, and pretty much the Central and Italian war is just gone completely crazy. For me personally, the only thing I was able to actually succeed in doing was I pushed the Ottomans out of the Balkans, so they've now lost these last two provinces they had. That, and I've pushed into a little bit of the Asia Minor territory. So there's no real difference in Poland's wars, is just we grew about 5 provinces. At the same time, I've been trying to get the tech figured out. We're about 2 techs behind on Diplo. I have finally gotten the ideas done actually for the military points. So offensive ideas are done, aristocratic ideas are done. So now I don't have to focus on getting military tech done or military ideas done. So I decided to take what I was getting extra bonus points in, and I put it towards Diplo. So at the same time that I'm dealing with that, we don't have an advisor for this because I couldn't get a +1 advisor, and they're only +2s, and they're really expensive. I was considering getting this guy since he was only 4.49, but I really need my economy at this time to be successful so that I can spend more money into getting my forts done. The one thing I did do is I increased level 4 forts all on the western side. I still got to get the ones down here in the south finished, so here in Bessarabia, Sofia, and then here at I think it's Castria, I want to say? Castoria. So those 3 get done. Pretty much level 4 forts are guarding everything in the western region. Nobody should be able to get in and break through very easily. I don't have to worry about this stretch of land because of the wasteland that's in between it. So luckily there's this mountain stretch that stretch that blocks everything off. So I'm not too concerned about putting forts there. Another big worry that's been is when I'm going to war with Russia. I did get into what I was planning as playing as Poland, which is I might, if I go to war with Russia, I think I have more army units than they do. Their only alliance as of now is with Hungary and Japan. Japan, I don't think strong enough to be a threat since they're so small. That and they won't join this war because of them being in serious debt. So they got involved in some war. I'm assuming it was with Korea and it beat them up pretty badly. Hungary is still a bit of a threat. Austria is not willing to join my war yet because of war exhaustion and they're fighting in another war. So if I can help them out, hopefully that means they might join. The HRE is a bit of an issue at the moment because Bohemia is now the leader. Austria lost the emperorship, so I don't know how in the world that's going to play out. As we can see, Bohemia's pretty much got a pretty consolidated hold on it. The only people willing to vote for Austria is Münster at this time. Brandenburg is voting for itself, and Augsburg is voting for Lorraine. So you got 4 different people voting for Bohemia, Bohemia itself, the Palatinate, Trier, and Netherlands. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not getting involved in HRE problems. I'd like to go to war with Hungary at some point to get more land, but seeing as I would be at war with Austria, the Papal States, and Russia, my only clear option is fighting Russia. I could get Hungary involved, I could get claims on both these guys set up, and then I can try to take over Slovakia, or I could go into here and take control of what used to be Wallachia. If I do, I'd only have to build 1 fort since Sofia's down here. It would be able to block here to here. If I build a fort here, it'll block these 2 off, making my life pretty easy. As of now, I'd rather wait before going to war, because if I do go to war with Russia, I'm always going to say Soviets because I'm so used to Soviet Union. We got to get more territory. So I'm going to see if I can absorb some more of Hungarian territory in. I'm going to go ahead and place 2 spies, start getting some claims fabricated on them. I think what the problem Russia's going to have is there's not going to be too many countries that want to ally with them, hopefully, because they're just too big. Genoa's pretty much been pushed out. They're now only here in the east. They got no alliances at this time, so I probably could declare war on them and secure the rest of Crimea and give Lithuania that, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't care. We did get an extra trader. I put him down here in here into Crimea, hopefully to get some of this trade flux going south to Constantinople. Mamluks have gotten pretty big since they've been beating up the Ottomans. Armenia is getting kind of large. Timurids are pretty large. As far as colonialism has been going on too, Castile pretty much owns the central U.S. to an extent, and they're pushing into Mexico pretty good. France actually went to war, and I think they took a large amount of territory from both Britain and Spain. So they Castile. So they actually have been growing their colony of fluoride up. So they were trying to make everybody's teeth go really well, but I don't know how that's going to play out. So I don't know what else we got planned for Poland. Really, the only further expansion I could do is further east, fight the Russians, see how much land I can get. Luckily, when we ended it, I also had that royal marriage with Palatinate that ended, so now it's just us, Lithuania, Brandenburg. So it's Albania, Lithuania, Brandenburg, and Austria. So I got to get my royal marriage going back with them here pretty soon. I'll probably just take one of my guys who are here, subjects, and I'll put that to where I can get Brandenburg happy with us again. Even though Bohemia is the main leader of the HRE at this point, I think they're too weak in my opinion. Size-wise, I think they probably are about the same size as Austria, so it's a little iffy on how that's going to play out. I do apologize for the frame rates if you do see spikes in it. At the time I'm recording this, I'm also trying to get the beginning of the Poland campaign. I'm trying to get the video set up, and I think episode 2 out of the 1-hour recording session is getting set up. So it's actually doing that. You might see the improvement begin once the video editing is done. It's actually at 33.7%. So I just gotta wait for OpenShot Editor to finish that up. So there might be a little bit, you'll notice fluctuations in frame rate, so I do apologize about that. So we're gonna keep it on 3 speed just so the FPS, probably drop it down to 2 and it should be fine. And we'll keep it on 3 because I don't like dealing with that. So if you notice it, it'll just be small little things. So it won't be on your end, it'll be on my end why it's doing that, because I try to put a focus on good quality recording. But with that, the OpenShot editor running, and then this game, this game doesn't really take much to run, I think. It's just the fact there's so much going on with my PC at the moment, it's just messing with everything. So we'll get ready to continue this. Looks like Serbia actually got beat up too. Hungary started pushing into them, so they're pretty much gone. So with this, we're going to go ahead and get these last claims in. I'm not planning on fighting the Ottomans, I think, anymore. I made that decision already. As much as I would like to push in and start beating them up, I don't think it's viable, in my opinion, just because of the fact that on the whole of things, I think pushing further into Asia Minor doesn't strategically make sense. So we go ahead and get this new Diplotech. That's useful. So we'll go ahead and get this done. Finish off the religious aspects of the game, and we are going to be good. And papacy, do we need stability points? No. So let's go ahead and we'll put one into mercantilism. And do we need interest reduced? I keep forgetting that. We could use a little bit. How long does that last? Till 1660, so it's 20 years. We'll do it. That'll help my financial situation a little bit. So once these things are done, we're going to build a level 2 fort here. It's going to be a small one just so I have access to one. It's not going to be meant to hold, it's just meant to distract. The main hold forts are going to be here at Constantinople and Edirne. Actually, let me see how trade's doing in Crimea again. Okay, so we do have a bit of our influence kicking in, so 1.08, so it's better than the 0.9 we were getting. Or less. I think it might even been less than that. Because I don't see a reason to get trade up here in the Krakow trade node too much. It didn't make sense strategically, so as I was saying, I think in other episodes, it makes more sense for Constantinople to be the trade route. Don't mind being Krakow, being the capital. I would probably actually switch Constantinople to be my capital, but I would need higher dev, and Krakow has 33. This has, actually no, this does have 43. Especially if you cannot move the capital to this province because it is controlled by an estate. So I'd have to let one of my estates lose control of it. That's a tough call. Burgers own it. How about we take it from them, and we will give them another one. We will give them this. Thessaly. There you go, burgers. It should make you happy. I'll give you one more just to keep you happy. What about Epirus? Is Epirus a good one? Yeah, we give him Epirus. No, I guess they don't want it. Do you want this one? Nope. What about this? Nope. This? Nope. Hey, really don't want any of them. No tech. How about... Do you want this? Yes. Okay, so that should satisfy them. They lost Constantinople, but I gave them 2 more. We have the money, we can do it. We'll gain a little bit of corruption. Since we actually aren't doing anything, let's go ahead and debase the currency. Free 373 ducats. And then I can use this time to get another upgrade and the fort's done. So let's do this one next. And let's see, another one. Well, we'll live with that one. That'll get the northern line guarded. Our armies are all in the south, so it makes more sense for these ones to be upgraded first. As I was saying, I think I might move the capital to Constantinople. Probably we will. It's going to cost 200 admin. Don't know if it'd be worth it, at least at this time. I mean, I guess I could do it. It's 200 admin. It means I wouldn't have to be concerned about it anymore. Let's do it. Again, I'm doing it not you do it because you think strategically. My armies are in the south. I rarely guard the northern portions of Poland. There's just no reasons to be concerned about it. So let's go ahead and do land maintenance modifier. That'll be a nice one. I'm always down here in the south. I'm rarely up in the north guarding anything. Constantinople is going to play a vital role for Poland. And I'm pretty sure as time goes on, I probably am going to push further east. It's just, as of now, I'm done dealing with the Muslim countries. I gotta let that go down for a while. Let's revolt up there. Where's my one army? Go ahead and head up here. And then you guys can actually go to Constantinople. How are we doing financially? Not bad. So to guard it, let's go ahead and get this province upgraded because it's the link to the rest of the northern lands. Good. You're almost done. Yes, almost forgot. Let's go ahead, fabricate a claim. We're going to do the same claims as before. Trenton. Put a claim there, because we're going to go back for Slovakia. And then we got to get a claim up here against these guys. So, no, we don't have any neighboring provinces. That sucks. We might have to just wait for imperialism to kick in, which I forget if it's near the end of the century for this or not. So that might mean taking control more of this would make sense. So we might have to wait for a Hungarian war. So how about we build that, and then we'll put our other guy on outrage countries. That way people are more happy with us. So we might just have to, yeah, we're just going to keep the war going against the Ottomans then. I got no choice. It's either I declare war on the Ottomans more, or I deal with other things. And it looks like the Ottomans are actually beating up the Genoa again, so it looks like they might be dealing with more problems here shortly as well. And again, I do apologize for not being able to post that other video. It really did irritate me. I considered actually going back and re-recording it. It was just the only problem I have with it is it means I would have to go through all this again just to get to this point. And it really, I mean, 30 minutes ain't much, but I want to get as much content as I can, and since there wasn't too much of a change overall in the grand scheme of things, I felt that I shouldn't be too concerned with it. I understand if some people may want to see what happened, but from what I mean, unless this video also happens to suffer the same problem, I'm probably not going to be trying to re-record it. I don't have a reason to overall, mainly because it's done and over with, and I can pretty much explain what already happened. So let's go ahead and get level 2 fort here. And then that'll be the guard for the other side. I was considering building another 2 down here, but because this one has +8 supply, and it doesn't give me a negative modifier roll, I figured this one's best because I could literally send both armies here, and then sandwich in. Another thing that I'm planning is, if we do happen to keep fighting the Ottomans, it's just a matter of what more land do I want from them. I might just push up on the northern coast and hope for the best in it. So let's do that. And then we are going to unite, and we're going to kill them at the fort. I got enough troops, I can beat them. Okay, you Lithuanians don't want to get involved in it. Thank you, Lithuania. So my army's actually going to take more casualties than I planned. I need you guys, head over here. That's a fort of ours. It's only a 6k stack, I can fight it. Punch him in the face. Punch him in the face. I keep running away, why? Just tie with Anna. We're slowly just dying out anyway, so it doesn't matter. I wish it just stack wipe. Nope, still running. Let's go ahead and promote mercantilism some more. Yeah, they're under 10,000. It should stack wipe by now. Nope, they're still going. I got a 20k stack against your 8.8. Let's see who wins. Finally. Yeah, I mean, also for the FPS issues, it's just, I'm trying to get those videos done so I can actually delete the raw footage. Because I've actually been recording several days worth of stuff. It's just I haven't had no time to really edit it. Which usually when I edit it, I'm usually doing them in like big groups. And I'll get as many episodes as I can get done ahead of time. The only bad thing trying to record a lot of this is I always try to record ahead of time so I don't have to be concerned about it in the future. I don't know. Him. We'll let corruption go down, and then we'll do another one of these so we can get more currency out. Actually, let's go ahead and just do it again. Who cares? Free money. We'll get the corruption down. It don't matter. Besides, I want to get another fort to level 4. So let's do this one next. That'll be good. I don't care about Genoa. I'm actually surprised the Russians haven't tried to fight Genoa yet, tried to get rid of them out of the Ukrainian territories. But I guess we'll have to see what happens there some more. Again, this probably won't be too much of a fighting episode. That's my only regret, since I decided to not redo the other. If anything, we'll get the steps set up to actually fight and get ready for it, and for the next series of episodes I do. Mainly because I got to get more claims done. I don't think I have. The only claims I have is on Hungary so far, and there's no reasons to. Also, I can't just do one claim and then start declaring war because I have to get caught up on Diplotech, and I'm only one behind now. But once a little bit more time goes by, it's gonna be I might be behind 2 again. So as long as I can keep up with it, I think I should be fine. Because there's another thing I'd like to do, which is I want to promote culture, so I have to promote Greek next. Which I might go ahead and just do to get it done with. Yeah, because we're going to be using, we're going to have a lot, since the capital's down in Constantinople, it's going to be Greek. Well, no, it's actually Turkish. Convert. Wow, that's a lot of points. That sucks. So we might have to convert that at some point. How's the other cultures looking? Yeah, I guess since the Byzantines lost that, I guess Greek has been removed from that. But again, I'm probably going to switch out the Polish at some point so that Poland actually owns the territory, because I don't want to give rights to the Turks. So let's go ahead and put you on training as well. Yeah, so I think that's the idea for this episode. It's pretty much going to be an explanation of what was going on in between whatever episode I get to from the last recording session to this one, because of the issue I had with the OBS messing up. Again, if OBS messes up on this one, then I'll just go back 2 episodes and say, screw it, I'll redo it to help get more explanation, so I don't have to do the explanation. And even though it'll be irritating on my end, I guess for content's sake, I think everybody's gonna want to see it. But I think I pretty much explained it. You'll see some minor changes. It looks, wow, I actually didn't notice, but it looks like Castile's losing all of its French holdings. And it looks like Netherlands is actually taking it for themselves, so that's good for us, I guess. Cause, oh yeah, because I remember France actually ended the alliance with Castile, and then they never became buddies again. Looks like Switzerland's formed pretty well. It's pretty much the same size. Yeah, that's pretty much modern day Switzerland. That's actually pretty funny. Switzerland's here, and then I think they always own this. Yeah, that's pretty modern day Switzerland right there. It's probably the closest that's ever gotten to them. I know I still have the alliance with Brandenburg going strong. That's been a... I think Austria should survive any wars against Bohemia, because even though they're pretty weak in comparison to what they used to be with the emperorship, I think they'll do fine with me as their ally. I was actually hoping Brandenburg might win it, because it was actually a pretty close vote, I think, overall, because I think it was like 3 were voting for Bohemia, 3 were voting for Brandenburg, and then there was 1 vote for me at one point, but I think it got switched. I think the Netherlands was voting for Great Britain, and then I think the other one was for like Lorraine. So I'm surprised that Bohemia won the HRE thing. So let's see what else we got. I don't need to do any of this. The galley combat ability will come in handy in the future, though. I do see us maybe using that. Let's go ahead. We'll get this fort built to last level 4, and that'll be us set up. I think we'll be great after that. Oh yes, and we've also got the new ideas. I think we did. I don't remember if we had winged hussars, but I don't think we had this one for regiment cost, and we also have discipline now. And I think I didn't have time to do it, but I think economic ideas is what I decided to go down. Mainly because I don't think trade's going to be a big thing for us. I think it's going to be a support for income that we'll get. I don't think it'll be that value on overall. I think production and taxation is going to be the primary focus for us. Stability drop. And there's our 404. So that was the other thing I made a decision on as well when it came to focusing on Diplo, was the fact that I had an error. My king that I had beforehand was a 304. This guy's a 404. So I haven't had anybody do Diplo for a while. Royal marriages, we have to get one with Albania, we gotta get one with Brandenburg, so that we can get set up, so. Ooh. So Albania, yes. And then Brandenburg should send us one. If not, I'll turn the one guy off of, outraged. Oh, that's not good. I lost another stability point, 2 in a row. All Polish provinces of Poland will get +2 unrest for that. All Bulgarian provinces of Poland will receive -2. That's nice. And then that should give us a new consort, and then hopefully the heir I get, I don't mind if I get less than 4 on admin or military. I just hope Diplo finally gets an extra point or 2. Just 1 will make me happy. Because anything's better than that. Just so I can get those troops done. That, and I can maybe consider about annexing Lithuania. Because I can't integrate them. It's just going to cost... Integration is estimated to be done 1739. Ooh. Ooh. They're allied with Denmark. I'll join this war because I want to beat up some Danes. And it is a good thing I got forts up here in the west done first instead of focusing on the eastern ones. The other thing is we got the defensive line for Lithuania, so Lithuania should be able to survive for a while. So it's just Pomerania and Denmark, but it's Brandenburg and its allies, and then I brought Albania and Lithuania into the conflict. I think if I remember right, those two should be on defensive, so they're going to guard our territories. Yes, so they shouldn't go on the attack anywhere. They should just guard our allied territories. I don't think Denmark has enough troops, so I think they'll be fine. And we're still waiting for our troops to head up north. Yeah, there we go. Lithuania seems like they want to go on the attack. Alright, so... People rejoiced when I heard the news the young princess had been born. They have celebrated for days and nights, but you have not named your young daughter the new heir yet. So, I can say I want a male heir, and I get a chance of new heir minus 100%. National unrest would go by plus 3%. Or I can declare her my new heir, lose 10 legitimacy, and lose 10 papal influence. And the leader and the noble of my family would be a 446, and I am taking that. And we'll go for that name. Overall, I get having that will be a little bit of a problem for us legitimacy-wise, because we were at 68, now we're at 58. We can get legitimacy back every year. Ooh, that's a tough call. I really could use the money, or we could get 50 admin. How are we on admin? We are fine on admin, but I need money, so we'll take the money. Again, I'm going to do that level 2 fort on that side, because I'd rather have something physical there than nothing at all, so we'll use that to our advantage. I'm going to give all this territory probably to Brandenburg just so they can fight. Actually head here and wait. Kill. And that should end the battle. Good. Alright, so that's good for us. How is this? Okay, so that's how that's divided up. So I'll probably end up giving all of this to Brandenburg, because I don't want any of their lands. I don't see any reasons to. It's all worthless to me in the end. I just want what I can get, which is making Brandenburg more powerful. Alright, Brandenburg. And again, hopefully the next recording session, because this one's not going to be that long. I think I was just going to do an extra 30-minute video. I'll set it up for next time so that I can actually not be concerned about low frame rates. So we'll see next time. Let's dump an extra point. I want to make Constantinople pretty powerful. If you play as a Catholic country, I mean, I've done what they want. Oh my god, I didn't bother checking this. Jesus. Oh my god. I don't think I've seen that much non-Catholic countries as much as I've played this game. Like I'm used to seeing like a random Scandinavian country, like either like Norway, Sweden, or Denmark, you know, randomly going, into the Reformation. I'm so used to seeing Protestantism surviving here in stretched territories, like a random few countries being reformed. I have never seen all of southern Italy reformed, the islands reformed, Catalonia is reformed, France is reformed, Austria is reformed. Protestantism is surviving here in the central region, with reformed just stretching further and further into Iberia. So I don't. Let's see. What are you? You're still Catholic, but you're suffering the problem of Austria just pushed further into Iberia. So that pretty much tells us what I was thinking before. Austria is still more powerful than Bohemia, and it's because they went from being able to take over Aragon through integration. So the fact that they were able to integrate Aragon into their empire made them that much more powerful. Wow. So that is going to be a big problem for Bohemia this pretty much this and on, because they won't be able to fight Austria that easily. Another problem we're going to be suffering is the fact that all of these nations that I'm allied with, one way or another, have gone a different route through religion. So if we look at it, Albania and Lithuania are still Catholic. I forced it on Albania, but that means we don't have to worry about them. Brandenburg, on the other hand, though, they have a plus 200. Austria, on the other hand, 149. So I don't know what's going to happen in that aspect. I'm not going to get an alliance with Castile because they're just going to keep getting hit more and more and more. It looks like France is going to probably get the northern part of Iberia unless Austria keeps declaring war, but it looks like they're going to get the central and southern bits, so we'll find out how that goes. I did not even notice that. I thought they were still like over on this section. I didn't realize they actually won all out in a war. I didn't even know they had that many claims. But we'll find out what goes on here. Go ahead and back off. And it seems like Pomerania is pretty much getting beat up pretty badly, but I might end the episode here just to say it's done. Because I think it's going to be less gameplay and me more explaining what in the world happened beforehand, but there's still things going on that even I don't know what the heck's going on yet. So I think that's what we'll end up doing. So the war for take Rostock. So that means Pomerania is going to be losing some more territory. Brandenburg is going to grow larger. Europe is a chaotic mess because of religion. The Ottomans have been beaten back pretty much to nothing. Militarily, I don't think they have much more to work with. Let's see if we can find them. I can't find them. That's a first. Let's see. How far down are you? They must be pretty weak if I can't see them that fast. So, we'll make the assumption the Ottomans have pretty much been destroyed. Mamluks are growing pretty powerful. I think we're going to be pretty good rivals here shortly because I'm pretty much the defender of Catholicism out in this region. I'm keeping the Muslim savages down here back. Again, I know some people might say, oh, don't say savage when it comes to Muslims. I'm playing it from a Catholic point of view in the year 1645. Everybody is located here in Europe thinks they're savages. Every country here thinks they're savages. Everybody hates each other mutually. It doesn't happen until the 20th century where all of a sudden we come to the realization that, oh yeah, we're all human, who cares? Are there going to be problems with the religious aspects that have grown on? Of course there is, because that's what happens when you hold prejudice towards one another, but what are you going to do? So, again, we're holding the hordes back. We're going to see if we can beat up the Mamluks at some point. I don't know how that's going to play out. As far as I see it is, I don't want to go to war with them unless I absolutely have to. They're at 114,000 man army strong, 61,000 reserves. I only have 60,000 and I can only go up to 95. I could build a third army. I might actually consider building it just to have it. Actually, we'll go ahead and I'll actually build one infantry unit right now just to have it set up for when I get back. So we'll put them in Warsaw. Well, actually end it. Double check that I got that clicked. We'll build them here in Warsaw. We'll build a new army. We'll have 90,000 troops. I think I can afford it. I got the money for it once trade comes back. So And then once I actually can go down the admin tech ID or the economic ID, I think we'll be pretty good financially in this aspect at some point. I actually got to get innovative ideas done first, but we're also waiting for the new tech to come in. So once the new tech comes in, hopefully with that, maybe this leader kicking in, maybe we'll have enough points to throw around in other places. So if you guys have been enjoying the video and have enjoyed the content for Poland, please like and subscribe. Again, I do apologize for the little skip in an episode, but again, it's only been about 30 minutes and there wasn't that much of a change for Poland. All it was is we took over 2 provinces here and we pushed in on this side of the Asia Minor. So now that we can have complete control over this strait, we're perfectly fine being able to beat back the Ottomans or any other Muslim country that tries to push up northwest to get back into the Balkans. So as far as I'm seeing it, is Poland has done a very good job. It's done what none of the other European countries were able to succeed in. They were able to beat back the Ottomans and basically hold them off. Very rarely do I ever see this happen to anybody. Usually you might see Austria, if it absorbs Hungary into its fold, it might be able to beat back the Ottomans, but it takes them a very long time. We're at 1645. We have well over 100 and let's see, 60, 70, 80. So we have 180, a little under 180 years left, and we have wiped the Ottomans out of Europe. So again, if you guys have been enjoying the content, please do so, as I was saying before. And of course, have a very wonderful day, and thank you ever so much for watching. And please hope that I don't suffer any more issues like this in the future. This is the first time I've had it. You guys can see all pretty much, I think it's 45 episodes by this point, whenever I think I already have the campaign done with for England. Didn't suffer any issues. This is the first time I've had it. I'm hoping that since I messed with the files a little bit, in the case of this happening again, hopefully we don't suffer the same issue, and that the quality stays the same as well, because I think I lowered the bit rate so that it wouldn't take too much more space on my hard drive, because I'm actually running a little bit low on space and had to, I think, a couple times delete a couple episodes for the England campaign. So again, please do so, and thank you again.